Good morning, my wrestling hero. Superstar Shake-up starts today. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept, it is a draft. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, right? You get some of the superstars from SmackDown being drafted over to Raw and vice versa. Now, this does help the overall brand, right? I mean, you can only have the same matches over and over again. So pretty hyped to see where some of my favorite superstars will land tonight or tomorrow, right? Because, again, it's going to be a 2-day event. So one thing I wanted to do, anytime that we draft over a superstar from SmackDown, we're going to be drafting one from Raw, vice versa, right? So that way we have the same number of draftees on both brands. And there will be one more added to the SmackDown. Because, I mean, look at this. This is pretty, I mean, it's a lot smaller compared to Raw. Like Raw, you got figures stacked on top of figures. So it only makes sense that we add one more from SmackDown, bring the man over to Raw. No, take that back. One more from Raw, being over to Broad over Smack. First one. And this is an obvious choice, right? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they've lost their jobs on SmackDown, right? They lost the match at Mania, and because of that, they don't have a job at the moment. And there's absolutely no way that these guys are going back to NXT. And I'm not saying that NXT is not a good brand. It's just, it's not the main roster. So these guys, yeah, I mean, if you guys saw last week's match, they definitely impressed Kurt Angle enough to add both of these guys to the Raw roster. Now, those are some pretty big names, right? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So it's only fair that we draft two top names from Raw over to SmackDown. The first one that I'm going to throw out there, and I know you guys are going to be like, you serious, bro? Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, I think he's definitely, and there's going to be one more too. Because again, we drafted two from SmackDown, so we got to do two for Raw. Braun Strowman, as you guys know, the man, oh my gosh, he turned into a joke. At least for WrestleMania, that was just, I think a lot of people were upset. I mean, I know there was a lot that got a kick out of it, right? Him winning the tag team titles with a 10-year-old. But I think that, because he hasn't been able to capture the title, mainly because of that man right there, that Brock Lesnar, that guy's holding everybody down. I think he would be a nice addition to SmackDown. And also, another big name that I would definitely have to take, because, like I said, we got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, is Elias. Elias, he is well over with the crowd. There is no doubt that this guy, he is definitely like high, I would call him a high mid-carder for sure. Elias, I think, would be a nice addition to SmackDown. I think he could definitely, I could see him becoming, U.S. champion down the road for sure. Again, they're not doing anything with him on Raw. He's been more of a jobber more than anything. So Elias and Braun Strowman for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, one of the biggest rumors, and I kind of do hope that this does happen, AJ Styles, there's a lot of people talking about him being drafted over to Raw, and I would like to see this happen. And I know he has, he is the WWE champion, but I'm pretty sure at the Greatest Royal Rumble, something's going to happen with that title. So again, we'll find out soon enough. I mean, after all, it starts tonight. This would be cool, and the reason why I want to see this happen is because this would be the formation of one of the best factions in New Japan. Right? We got Finn Balor, we got AJ Styles, we got Luke Gallows. No, sorry. We got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Having these two just form like a faction, right? Bringing the official club back to, or not back, but bringing them to WWE. Oh, that would be too sweet. Would definitely love to see that. Now, being the fact that AJ, he's a pretty big name, right? He's definitely a big name. I mean, he's, after all, the man that built the house that AJ built. SmackDown. Samoa Joe. I want to see Joe become champion. And I'm not talking about US champion. I'm not talking about IC champion. I'm talking about WWE champion. And it's not going to happen on Raw. Like I said, as long as this guy right here, and I'm going to keep pointing the finger at Brock. As long as that guy is, in WWE, Samoa Joe, he ain't getting a shot. And I think Joe is definitely like a high, a top contender for sure. I mean, AJ is on a different level. We all know that. AJ is one of the best. But Joe, this guy's impressive. Not only on the mic, but also his in-ring ability. Now, some of the women, I want to go, and we'll get back to the top superstars, but I want to go back and forth. Some of the women that I definitely want to point out here that I think would definitely make some good candidates. I would like to see right here, Bayley being drafted over to SmackDown. That way we can see the reunion of her and, gosh, I almost forgot her name. The princess, Charlotte. I would definitely like to have both of these two on the same brand. And while we're at it, right, I'm pretty sure that this is going to happen. Actually, I already had her in the bin. She should be in the Raw bin, but this is just an early prediction, I guess. But all right, now that Asuka has lost a streak, I'm not saying that she's lost a spark, but I just, that streak had a lot of meaning behind it. So I would like to see her being draft over to SmackDown. I think that would just definitely, you know what, we almost forgot. We have Alana, I think, yes, is she on Raw? I'm almost positive she is on Raw. No, she's on SmackDown, sorry. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to trade Lana for Asuka. I mean, I know Lana, she's not much of a, I mean, she is an official in-ring competitor now, but they really don't take her serious. She's more of a jobber when it comes to the women's division. So this would be my trade for Asuka. I think, you know, and one of the main reasons too I'm throwing this out there is because, like, now that Ember Moon has been called up to the main roster and I'm pretty sure she is official when it comes to the Raw roster, and the fact that we have Ronda, right, also part of the women's division, yeah, Asuka would definitely be overshadowed, especially by Ronda. There's no doubt. I mean, they're giving her a big push, and if you guys saw WrestleMania, that's a prime example. Now, next up, the tag team division. I want to talk about the tag team division, right? As we all know, Raw definitely lacks a tag team division. They really, really do. Most of the teams on there, they're just, geez. I mean, if you guys didn't see, like, the build-up for those tag team titles for Sheamus and Cesaro prior to WrestleMania, this would make a lot of sense. I think Usos would definitely help that. And now, I'm not going to trade a tag team for a tag team. Well, actually, I take that back. I do want to trade these guys for the Revival, FTR. And tonight, they are supposed to compete for the number one contender spot. I don't see them beating Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I mean, the crowd just loves those. What would we call them? The Woken ones? So they'll most likely lose tonight, and I think they would make some great matches, you know, with the Bludgeon Brothers. That would be nice to see the Bludgeon Brothers go up against them. The New Day, they've had some great matches in the past with the New Day, so these guys would definitely be a nice tag team addition to the SmackDown locker room. Now, we're going to continue with teams. Not necessarily tag teams, but definitely teams. One of the teams that I kind of see happening, if you guys saw, the main event on Raw last week. So this, I don't know, it felt like it was kind of like a write-off for The Miz, you know, to go to SmackDown. And the fact that the GOAT, right, Daniel Bryan, the fact that he's back as an in-ring competitor, he's not even considered a general manager anymore. He's an official in-ring competitor. I think a lot of people want to see this, and they've been building this up for the last couple of years. The Miz, you know, being or just having some match down the road. If Daniel Bryan was to ever step into the ring again, this right here, I'm pretty sure this is a match that a lot of people would want to see. And of course, he would bring along the Miztourage, right? We need more jobbers in the SmackDown division. So these three, I'm gonna have to go, over to SmackDown and Rusev Day. I want to do Rusev Day, and the reason why, and I'm assuming this is just assuming that Rusev doesn't end up quitting on us. And I know it's 3 for 2, but like I said, SmackDown, they need the guys. I mean, Raw is in it. Yes, Raw is a 3-hour show, so it makes sense why Raw has more superstars than SmackDown. But so yes, 2 for 3, and I would trade Rusev Day over to Raw. The main thing for Rusev is, like, he ain't getting it over in SmackDown. I mean, he's getting it with the crowd. There's no doubt about that. But I think maybe just switching him over, you know, to a different brand, this might help, you know, Rusev Day. And Aiden English would definitely come along the way. I think that's pretty much it. No, there is one more, and I'm not going to do a trade for this one. All right, because like I said, we definitely need at least one more, you know, that way to weigh out the difference, because we had a lot of, you know, additions last Raw. Like, for example, Bobby Lashley, right? And I want to keep him on Raw. There's no doubt that I want to keep this man on Raw, because as of right now, just about any superstar, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, any superstar that has competed against the Beast, they've all been conquered, right? They've all been conquered by Brock, and this is a big rumor too, so I'm not going to bother moving him. Bobby Lashley, he is rumored to take on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for that Universal title. So he's staying right there. But this man right here, I think Jeff Hardy, and like I said, I'm not doing a trade for Hardy. I'm just going to add him to the SmackDown. That way we can supplement that division a little bit better. But Jeff Hardy, I definitely would like to see Jeff. And I know you're saying, dude, what about Bray Wyatt? And what about, Matt Hardy? Like, what's going to happen with it? It sounds like they've kind of developed their own thing, right? It sounds like Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, they're kind of well off, you know, just doing their own thing, winning the tag team titles, and kind of like, because Jeff Hardy, he's definitely a fan favorite, and he would definitely be put into like a high card level. I don't know. His whole return when him and Matt Hardy came back, it kind of felt like in the beginning it was awesome, right? They won the tag team titles, but it didn't take long for them just to be thrown down to the just like not in a good spot. That's the best way that I'm going to put it. But having some like matches with like Bobby Roode or Daniel Bryan or just any of these guys, man, this is something that I would love to see. Drop it in the comments section. Would definitely like to hear your thoughts. Some of the guys that you would like to draft over to SmackDown and, as well as for Raw. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you on the next one.